This video will describe how to build a team roster. We'll start here on the fan page. These are the lists of the pages for the fan, and we'll go to Team Roster Build Search. We click and we have a choice, building a roster or searching for a roster. We'll click on Build. And in building a roster, we have high school team rosters that can be built from the 24 states that allow NIL. And then a university roster could be built from any of the 50 states. We'll choose university. And now we're going to choose the state of California, the city of Alameda, the College of Alameda, the sport of basketball, and this will be women's basketball. And now in the DD field, we can see there are 5 rosters which are for football, because football teams tend to have more than 100 players. And then 1 non-football roster, which would be every other sport. So for example, for basketball, we might have 12 players or thereabouts. We'll choose the non-football roster. And then next, we will have an email, which can be visible to someone viewing the roster in case they want to make a correction. Email the maker of the roster to tell them they've seen a change in the roster. Maybe you want to update it. So the email can either be the registration email of the maker of the roster, or if you wish to have a different email, you can type it in. So for example, provide an email here, or you can choose not to provide an email. So in this case, I will leave it with the registration email and click continue. So now we've got the college roster, California, Alameda basketball, women's basketball, and we're going to be looking through the athletes who would fit, and we'll choose first letter of last name, H, and hit click for search, and we'll have results here. Here are the athletes which fit the requirements of college basketball, California, Alameda, University of Alameda, and these 5 athletes are available to us to put on a roster. So for example, in the roster, we could look at the profile of the athlete, we could select the position, we could add them to the roster. So let's take Jess Healy, and we will choose her as our point guard. If that's the position she plays, we'll add her to the roster. We will then have Nicola Healy as our shooting guard, add her to the roster. Darcy Healy will be our power forward, add her to the roster. Here's Grace Healy. She's going to be our small forward, add her to the roster. And finally, Alyssa Healy will be our center, add her to the roster. Now we have 5 players on the roster. Here they are, and we will save that roster. So now here's College of Alameda. Here's the roster as we've made it. And that's now available for our use in the team rosters I built.